few weeks ago I was a little bit worried that the players didn't believe in Ruben Amorim's system, that maybe there was an element of them not winning matches and starting to question it and listen to the noise that all of us, including myself, had added to that. However, one thing that's been absolutely not in doubt is that the players really like him as a person, and that does count for a lot, because I think there's no doubt he's not lost the dressing room in terms of spirit and energy and how they feel towards him. So I think they want to play for him. They're desperate to win, and I think you've seen that coming together a little bit in the last week. I mean, winning at Anfield in any season is special, but for Ruben Amorim to win at Anfield when it was so unexpected, I think just has given them such a big lift. But look, we'll look forward to the game next week against Nottingham Forest, Tottenham away the week after. There's still a big job to do in this month, but I felt as though it was a month of reckoning. And if it had started badly last week at Liverpool, it could have gone a different way, but it feels very different. It feels like the momentum's with them a little bit and the spirit's good.
So what questions do you still have, Gary?
I suppose consistency. You know, it's been a team and a club that you can't really rely on for so long, so the idea of winning 2 or 3 matches doesn't take that away. You can't sort of build that trust back in an instant, so that's still not there, but I think that there's something happening there. I think the front two, I've just mentioned them, you've got something to, if you can keep that back five compact, and amongst them there's some decent defenders, half decent defenders, that back five can just stay solid, and the midfield in front, let them two up front go and do what they do. I think it can be sort of a recipe for Manchester United to have a decent season and to get into the top 6. There's question marks against Šeško. He obviously was a bigger risk of a signing and a lot more of an unknown. He doesn't quite look like he's settled in yet, so it'd be nice, I think, if he can start to look, it starts to look like a front 3. It does feel still like a front 2 with him stood up there. I think that's the big job over the next couple of weeks. No, it's more than the goals. It's the inclusion within the actual combinations that you see from the others. I mean, you see Bruno Fernandes and Mount, who wasn't playing today, but you see those two linking very successfully with Mbeumo and Cunha. You don't quite see Šeško being part of that mix yet. He's not sort of got up to speed and the pace of it, of how quickly they're playing with each other. So he needs to get his game up to speed. That'll only come through time, and obviously he's still quite young. But he just does need to get there because, you know, he's a big signing still. It's 80 million. If they can become a front 3, then obviously that will be a huge step.